Perfect. So, well, first of all, I want to say good afternoon, everyone. We're so excited to have you joining us today. And as you know, today is Real Estate Friday. I am your host, Dailan Ruido with Broker Nation Real Estate. And the purpose of the Fridays trainings and or meetings is to help you, realtors and sales professionals, to keep your hustle young and staying active in today's new real estate market. So we have a guest speaker today and my co-host Jennifer Cervera with Cervera Real Estate, and she is going to be presenting today this amazing project soon to be built in our city. And the project is called Nativo Miami. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Jennifer Cervera on the project Nativo. So let's pay close attention. I myself, for once, I have my pen ready to take notes because again, the purpose of this is to figure out ways and having options that we can help our clients and having the products needed to service those clients. So let's go ahead and listen to Jennifer. Jennifer, you have our undivided attention.
Thank you, Daylan. Thank you very much. And thank you, Matt, for setting this up with Daylan. I really, really appreciate it. I think that you guys, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jennifer Bihar Cervera, as Daylan said, and I am an in-house agent at Nativo Miami. And I happen to be, feel very, very blessed that I am on this particular project. Things have changed so much in the travel industry, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I'll be sharing my screen in a moment, but I wanted to thank you all for being here and for being a part of this. I think that you'll find that this is something that you will really be able to promote. I think the moment that you start talking about this with your clients or your friends or putting this on social media, you're going to have a lot of interest. I don't know if it's happened to you in the past, but for the last 2 years, every other call I would get or part of many chats on these WhatsApp chats, I had people asking, hey, do you have anything for a 2-week rental or for a month rental or for 2-day rental? And I would always say, no, I don't, most of our buildings in Miami do not allow rentals for under 6 months to a year. So this, I think, will be the answer to everyone's questions, because prior to that, we either sent the people to a hotel or to many of these short-term rental platforms and they were not being done legally. So it's very interesting what is happening now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I happen to be sitting in the lobby of my building. So in case you're wondering where I'm at, that's where I am. So I think it's a great and beautiful project, and there's really nothing else like this on the market. The building is going to be called Nativo Miami, as Daylan said, and we happen to love this name because the philosophy behind most of these short-term rental platforms is that they want you to live the experience as a native, as a local in whatever city you are in. Don't live it as a tourist, enjoy it as a native, as a local would. And the 2 I's in the name represent the guest and the host, okay? So we love the name, and this is a brand that eventually you will see is going to be global. Not only did we launch Nativo Miami, but it launched and also sold in Austin, Texas. So already you're going to have 2 Nativos, and each Nativo will be native in style to whatever city that they are in. So why doesn't this move? Sorry, I'm trying to move the screen, and of course I can't. Okay, here we go. So you would own this apartment like you would any other apartment in Miami. If you decide you wanted to live in it 100% of the time, you absolutely could. There are no restrictions. You have all the flexibility in the world. If you want to represent if you wanted to manage, I should say, the apartments for your buyers, for your clients, you can absolutely do that too. Short-term, long-term, however the client wants it done. Also, the owner themselves can manage their property on any of these rental platforms and any of these short-term rental platforms as well. Or you give it to Nativo Management, which I'll talk about more in a moment. And I think that is the turnkey solution. But this phrase here, I don't know if you can see it, it says purposely designed, built, and licensed for home sharing. I reiterate licensed again, because although this rental platform have gone so well in Miami, again, most of them are not being rented out legally. And we all heard about a lot of people being fined and so on. So again, this is going to be the first building that is purposely licensed and built and designed for home sharing. This just talks about a little bit about our motto, strength, freedom, flexibility, and it shows you the style of the building. It's going to be modern, but very warm at the same time, and you'll go seeing that as we move along. Short-term, long-term, your terms. We really want to give the power to the people buying here. Let them make their decisions. Short-term, long-term, your terms. At the end of the day, it's up to the owners. This is an interesting screen because it really shows in the last 10 years how much this has jumped. As far as what people were using it 10 years ago, it went from 23% to 277% of people using these short-term rental platforms, whether it's Airbnb or Booking.com or whichever other platform there is. 1 in 4 Americans were using these platforms because most people travel with their children or with their friends. So this has really become a huge thing. Okay, this is in my opinion, besides the concept, of course, this is truly the most important thing about the project, our location. If this building were being built in any other location, I think it would be great. But in this location, in the heart of downtown Miami, it is truly an exceptional location, and there is nothing else like this. I gotta say, we all, as realtors here and as residents of Miami, I gotta tell you how lucky I personally feel to live in Miami, because we are in such a opportunistic city. It is still such a young city, although this is where everybody wants to come. There is still so much opportunity for growth, especially in downtown. If you compare it to other cities like New York or Chicago or any of these other places where their downtowns are already so developed, we're pretty much just starting here. You know, we're already much more advanced than we were, but we are finally going to have a robust downtown that we absolutely deserve. So I won't get as extensive as I do if I were talking to one of your clients, but we are going to be in the heart of downtown on 6th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. We are literally right behind the Freedom Tower and the Metro Mover station. Everybody knows what the Freedom Tower is. That's where all the Cubans came in the 1950s and have had to register there before going out into live in the city. So now it's a museum. It's like our Statue of Liberty. It's not going anywhere. But more importantly than those two things is that we are literally across the street from the American Airlines Arena. We know that's where all the concerts are, all the basketball games. We are right across the street from Bayside, which is being renovated as we speak. It's been there since 1987, and they just redid their lease for another 99 years. We are 2 blocks away from the Port of Miami. We are known, and it is a fact, that we are the largest cruise ship port in the world. And we get over 6 million passengers a year that come here. Many of them get here 1 or 2 days before or stay 1 or 2 days at the end. And this is the perfect location for them. We will have some agreements with the Port of Miami. We are also across the street from the brand new museums, from beautiful parks where you do yoga in the morning and all these other great things. We are literally next door to the Miami World Center, which I think is absolutely fantastic. We are touching their property since they start on 7th Street. And there you're gonna have 28 acres of not only beautiful buildings, but of a beautiful outdoor mall, which I'll show you videos of now. But it is fantastic that we are going to be right next door. They really want to make this downtown area a 24-hour city, very pedestrian friendly, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. We are right next to Miami-Dade College, which is fantastic because over 30,000 students study here. Many of them just come for a semester or their families come to visit them. Again, a great place for them to stay. We are 2 blocks away from the brand new train. I don't know if anybody has had the opportunity to ride it, but it is fantastic. It goes out 32 times a day to Fort Lauderdale and to Palm Beach. And I loved it. It's a state-of-the-art station, and it will be the hub for Metro Rail, Metro Mover, Tri-Rail, so people will be able to come directly from the airport to this station. And by the time Nativo is ready, it will be going to Orlando and to Tampa. And we all know how important that is. Millions of people come to Miami every year and rent a car and drive to Orlando. Now they'll be taking the train, and the people that go directly to Orlando will be able to come here as well. So it'll work both ways. And it will be opening to a lot more stops, including Aventura, Boca, the Port of Miami, and many other stops. So Richard Branson bought that. It's called the Virgin Rail now instead of the Brightline, and it's amazing. Also, Skyrise Miami is being built in front of us at Bayside, close to where the new Ferris wheel is. And Skyrise Miami is going to be an entertainment tower with restaurants and discos and many other things happening. Before I continue, let me just show you this slide. I hope you can see it. Let me go up. So this map shows how close in proximity we are to everything. Again, we're right next to Brickell, right next to downtown, and people can jump on the Metro Mover. They're expanding their routes. We are right by Edgewater, the Art and Entertainment District, Midtown, Design District. We're right by the beach since we have all these bridges right in front of us, and you could be at the airport right away as well. The black lot that you see here is our lot. And right next to that is the Miami World Center community. All the pink is retail space. You're going to have a convention center there as well. So, you know, we welcome them. Thanks to them, I should say, that's why we're going to have such a robust downtown. The arrow shows where World Square is going to be, which is that mall I was telling you. It's really like a Lincoln Road, and this is a rendering of it. I also show a video sometimes, but I don't think we have time for all of that. And what's wonderful about this neighborhood is everything that you have around us. We talked about this a little bit already, but you don't need a car. You can cross the street for the games, for concerts, go to the art museum, the science museum, walk a block away to the Performing Arts Center. And all the different events that happen in this area are like really nowhere else. Unfortunately, this year, as we know, we had to cancel Ultra Music Festival, but over 150,000 people come every year for this. What wouldn't they pay to literally walk a block away from Nativo to all these concerts? We have the book fair every year, which is fantastic at the Wolfson campus at Miami-Dade. The yacht show, there's so many marinas, as we know in Miami. You can literally, you know, walk to the yacht show. Art Basel is a huge thing for us in Miami. It's been happening for 10 years now. And there, besides the convention center, of course, their main locations also are across the street at Art Miami, Context Miami. You have all the marathons here as well. And these are just things that fit on the screen. There is many more things, and there's always something going on in Miami, always. And then we talked about the beach and everything that's so close by. Brickell City Center is, the architecture was done by Arquitectonica, just like our building, and it's gorgeous. And the evolution of the Port of Miami is very important for us. If you were to drive by there, you will see that Royal Caribbean is ready already. The next one in line to be completed very soon is Norwegian Cruise Line. Unfortunately, Virgin Voyages is going to have a brand new terminal, but sorry for them, their first voyage hasn't been able to go out because of everything that's going on. And the MSC terminal is coming as well. So they say another 2 million people are going to be coming to Miami to take these cruise lines as well. So location, location, location. If I were ever going to use that saying, it would be for this building in this location without a shadow of a doubt. You know, talk about it with all the pride in the world. I didn't mention at the beginning that, you know, although a lot has been going on, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but we've been very busy throughout all of this. We've sold 10 apartments within a month and a half. So I don't know if the people just, I hate to say it like that, were bored at home and started asking about the project and wanted Zoom presentations, but we have sold 10 apartments. We are working on many others. General Real Estate is also going pretty well. There's been some big number sales. So promote it, promote it, promote it. You will get great feedback. This is a picture of the building. It's better. You could see it now more clearly. Of course, it's the white shadow that you see there, but you see how close in proximity we are to everything. This bridge that you see here comes from the Port of Miami. Again, another shot. You see the Freedom Tower there. That is so pretty. Bayside and Brickell and everything so close to us. So let's say you gave the apartment to Nativo Management to manage for you. Again, I think this is the best solution for anybody to not have to worry about anything. They would be considered the master host. They would be in charge of always having your apartment rented, and there would always be a representative inventory on many different platforms at the same time. Of course, the check-in and check-out process, housekeeping before and after a guest leaves. But if the guest wanted housekeeping daily, we have a full personnel just for that. The owners, which I think is fantastic, is going to have a Nativo app to see everything in real time. How many times their apartment was rented out that month, what it was rented for, what their income was. And of course, if they want to book their stay when they're in Miami, they can do that through the app or talk to the manager. The guests will also have a temporary application on their phone while they're staying there to find out about all the different events and all of the amenities and everything else that we'll have to offer. And we're going to talk in good detail about the amenities very soon. So this screen here shows everything that the application has to offer, which is fantastic. And these are all of the platforms that we are going to be on. So everyone, we always kind of use the name Airbnb, but there's many other booking platforms. In Europe, many people use Agoda, for instance. They don't use Airbnb. Of course, Airbnb is number one, but there's many, many others that people use, Expedia and VRBO and many of these other ones. I mentioned already, Arquitectónica are our architects. I think we take them for granted here in Miami, but they are famous throughout the world. And this is a rendering of our building. Up here on the top left is 6th Street. And this sidewalk is over 15 feet wide. I think it's fantastic. Like European sidewalks that are so wide and beautiful, that's what this is going to look like. We also, after doing a lot of requesting from the city, we will have an Uber and Lyft and taxi designated sharing station that is covered. So the Ubers and whatever else does not have to come in through the main entrance. And if you get off and it's raining, you'll be covered. And so that's the entrance into the lobby or into the restaurant. The bottom left shows you the corner of between 1st and 2nd Avenue and 6th Street. And there we're going to have one of our restaurants, and that is 8,000 square feet, but it's going to be a combination of a restaurant and a gourmet market. So if you've been to Casa Tua in Brickell City Center or Italy in New York, or that's the type of concept that it's going to be. It's going to be fantastic. And then in the pedestal of the building, you'll have the parking garage. From floors 5 to 8, we're going to have, well, we already have condo office space for sale, which is fantastic. And then again, I'll talk in more detail about the amenities, but on the 8th, 9th, and 10th floor, you have over 70,000 square feet of amenities, including the restaurant on the ground level. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. And then from floors 11 to 23, you have the hotel, and 24 to 51 with the best views, you have the residences. All of them have beautiful balconies, high ceilings, and there we have a mix of studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, starting from 349,000 to around $1.2 million approximately, not including the penthouse units, and they come completely finished and furnished. So every detail is taken care of for you, from your TVs to your furniture to your area rugs, window treatments, plates, everything. So you could either move in that day or rent it out the day you close. Urban Robot are our interior designers. They did all the common areas at the W South Beach. They did Time Out Market in Miami Beach and many other restaurants. They're known for using a lot of organic materials. And let me just say, I do this all the time, but I'm still nervous when I do these Zoom presentations. So I kind of forget things as I say them. So sorry about that. But now that I mentioned W South Beach, I sold that pre-construction. And there, I just want to compare a little to a difference between a condominium offering short-term rentals to a condo hotel. There at the W, you can't ever pretty much use your apartment if you have it in the hotel program. There's so many blackout dates. So here, again, this is a huge thing that you could use it whenever you want. The management fee here will be approximately 30%, whereas at the W and Conrad or Four Seasons or any of these other places, they charge more than 45% to put it in the hotel program. So they really want to give, again, the power to the people, and they want you to turn around and say, hey, let me give it to Nativo Management instead of managing it myself, because the cost is so competitive. The fee is so competitive as compared to many other places. And they're going to do a fantastic job. This is a rendering to the entryway, whether you're going into the lobby or the restaurant area. This is a rendering of the lobby. To the left is where you would go to the elevators. You'll see a lot of wood, a lot of vegetation, high ceilings. Another rendering. It's very homey. So this is the overview of the property. Here is, I don't know if you see this arrow, but that's again where the Metro Mover station is. I think it's fantastic because you'll see all the access that we have to this property. Then you have the loading dock. Over here off of 6th Street as well is where the valet parking entrance is, and it's a U, so they can come in and out easily or take their cars up. All of this side is where the Uber and Lyft and taxi designated sharing station is. Here's where that 15-foot covered sidewalk is, which is amazing. Your lobby entrance with its own elevators, the office entrance with their own elevators. So they are completely separate. And then the entrance to the restaurant and the market and the outdoor seating at the park. We'll call it the park, which is going to be gorgeous. Again, a lot of vegetation everywhere. And now we have Nativo Social. And when I think of Nativo Social, I compare it very much so to a Soho House feeling, more so in other cities where they're really social clubs, whereas Miami is a little bit more beachy style. This is going to be more comparable to Soho House in New York and in all these other places, but it's going to be amazing. Again, there's 70,000 square feet of curated amenities, and it is the heart and soul of our building. On the 8th floor, of course, besides the restaurant on the ground floor, the 8th floor is where the amenities start, and this is called The Work. And at The Work, you have 10,000 square feet of co-working spaces, private offices, conference rooms, quiet rooms, phone booths. We even have an amphitheater, so if somebody wants to come and do a good business discussion or whatever, they can do that here. You'll have a hostess, so if you have meetings going on, she'll bring food and coffee or juices, whatever you want. So that's really nice, and the feeling is very cool and techy, so that's fantastic. Very similar to a San Francisco building. This is the floor plan of this level. Everything to your left is the floor plan of The Work. Again, it's 10,000 square feet, and everything to the right is part of those condo office spaces that we have for sale. And they're going to be great. And they, again, you'll see here, have their own elevators and own service elevators, everything else. On the 9th floor, we have the social. And at the social, you have 24,000 square feet. And this is where our second restaurant will be. There'll be beautiful dining terraces, cafe and cocktail bars, media lounge, a speakeasy. And the speakeasy is going to be a private bar in the back of the bar where people can go that are members or owners or guests of the hotel. There'll be a DJ area, a place for events. Again, a beautiful style. I think they really shot it out of the park with how they are designing this. The splash is also on the 9th floor, and that is the pool area. And this is 16,000 square feet, and it's a resort style pool. beautiful vegetation everywhere, cocktail bar out here, and there'll be service throughout the day at the pool, whether it's towel service or drink service or food service, whatever you want, and you'll be able to walk around at this area. Again, I talk about the square footage because this is really not comparable to any other amenities anywhere I can think of. This is a rendering of the splash, beautiful resort style pool and lap pool, surrounded by cabanas everywhere. Then you have the 10th floor, and this is the fit. I am very big into exercising and I can't wait to work out here. I think it's going to be fantastic. You have 18,000 square feet of the fit, and it's going to be amazing. Whoever can't get in shape while being here, forget it. Hang in the towel, because here you're going to have everything. You'll have Peloton studios, yoga, boxing, an outdoor gym. You'll have a juice bar, spa area. All on the left is the spa with steam and sauna and treatment rooms, a kids area, juice bar, and of course the indoor gym and boxing. So this is 18,000 square feet just for wellness and getting in the best shape ever. We are open, by the way, we've already opened up our sales gallery, which is at 10 Museum Park on the 3rd floor. And you'll already get a feel of the lifestyle of that area because, as you know, it's a block away from where our lot is going to be, and it's right in front of everything that we have to offer. So of course, this rendering you'll be able to see in person whenever you want to drop by my sales gallery. But it's all Etel Craft cabinetry, and the appliances are all Genair, but the Nero collection, which is top of the line. If you were to open that refrigerator, you would see it's a charcoal gray. So when the lights light up, it's a really cool contrast. You have built-in nooks. Everything that you see here comes in the apartment. And to the right of the kitchen rendering is the inspirations that we offer for furniture. Here are more inspirations of furniture. Your master bathroom is gorgeous, also on display in the sales gallery, and it's Duravet and Hansgrohe fixtures. And then the floor plans. We have 16 floor plans per floor, and on this side, you have your eastern views, your northern views, southern views, and western views. Out of those 16 floor plans, we only have 2 lines of 3 bedrooms. Those are 1,370 square feet. Anytime I mention square footage, I'm only talking about the interiors. So those 3 bedrooms are 1,370 square feet. On these other corners, the turquoise, we'll call them, are the 2 bedrooms ranging from 916 square feet to 1,072. And there's only 3 2-bedroom lines. On the common denominator, the common floor plan in the building are the 1 bedrooms, which range from 505 square feet to almost 700 square feet. And lastly, we have the studios that are 411 square feet. So even our studios are a nice size. The average hotel room in Miami is 250 square feet. I have 3 kids, and anytime I've stayed in a hotel and I'm with my kids, I always used to have to get connecting rooms because there aren't big enough hotel rooms for my family unless I'm going to pay an astronomical amount per night for a suite. So this is the answer to all these families or to friends that want to travel together. Every apartment has sofa beds except for the smallest studios. But even the smallest studios are bigger than the average hotel room. And of course, every apartment has washer and dryers and full kitchens and owner's closets if you wanted to leave things when you're not staying there. I don't think that we want to go through every single floor plan, but the floor plans are magnificent. As you know, in Miami, most apartments, I would say 99% of them do not even come with flooring. So the fact that this apartments not only come with flooring, but with everything else really is, I think, the answer to everyone's question. I've sold many pre-construction buildings for the last 20 years in Miami, and many times people have closed on apartments and then say, well, now where do I put my sofa, or where do I put my TV? There's no room, there's no wall space. Here, every single item was taken into consideration. So every single place is going to be designated already. Your TVs, your area rugs, Every apartment has custom built dining tables for your lunch or breakfast or for meetings. And it's great because even me with 3 kids, I can be in this 1 bedroom, for instance, and have the master separate from the living room. The sofa opens up into a sofa bed and everybody's comfortable. You could even have guests visit you if you're in Miami, because you have a separate room from your master bedroom. So not everyone's in the same room. The views are going to be fantastic. This is the key. Oh, I already showed you that. The views are going to be fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and pass that. Our 2 bedrooms are fantastic. All the floor plans really were done beautifully. And then the views, of course, put your vision cap on because this is your northern view. And we know that Miami World Center still has a ways to go. Paramount, people are already living there and there's other things that are almost done. So this is a bit of an older photo, but just think of, you know, this area, everybody walking around and enjoying it. And it's going to be a 24/7 city. And that view is going to be gorgeous. Even if you're on the north view or on the south view, which are, you know, not direct water views, you will have partial water views no matter what. I don't know why it keeps going back here. Sorry. Your southern views are gorgeous. You look towards Brickell, towards downtown, Miami-Dade College, which is all low there. And again, you have pretty water views. Eastern views are gorgeous. That's the top of the Freedom Tower there. And this is the 3 bedrooms, look directly towards the east. The cruise ships turn right in front of us. And then the western views, again, put that vision cap on because there's plenty of things missing from this western view. Miami Central Station, which is where the train comes from, there alone, you're gonna have 6 blocks of retail and restaurants. And of course, the station is absolutely gorgeous. I definitely suggest people go, it's amazing. And so I don't know if anybody has any questions. The maintenance ranges from 81 cents to 90 cents a square foot. We are in contracts already, so you don't have to wait to get paid. Of course, once the 15-day rescission passes and they do the paperwork, it's between 30 and 45 days for commission payments, but we are paying 6% commission. The payment structure is fantastic. If you sell 4 apartments, you'll make 7% commissions. I work with several realtors that have already reached that goal. And I got to tell you, it's an easy building to sell. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's a very, very easy building to sell. So when you guys are a step ahead because you're hearing the presentation now and getting familiarized with everything, but definitely start putting that positive brain set on because Miami is getting back to normal. We're busy. It's a place where everyone wants to come. Even though we're a big city, it still feels like a small town where it's not as condensed as other cities. So you have all these people really inquiring from other states to move over here or to have their second residence here. And this is a perfect option for them if they're not, you know, not necessarily going to live here full time. So I don't know if anyone has questions. I hope I haven't forgotten anything.
Jennifer, I see a few questions in the chat. I'll read it to you.
Okay.
All right, so one of the questions that they're asking is, can you compare Nativo with Legacy and other similar products that are in the area?
Well, I compare Nativo in the sense that we are close in proximity in the location, even though, I mean, I may be biased. I think, again, I talk about them in every single presentation because I happen to think that Miami World Center is going to be phenomenal. So I will start with that. But I happen to think our location is better. I know not every one of their apartments has terraces. I think there are smaller apartments as well. Not I think, I know that they are also smaller, much smaller. They're micro units. And I think our prices are better when you consider that we have larger apartments. I think they're going to do great, but I do think that there's room for everyone in this area. The occupancy rate through the Greater Miami Visitors Bureau is 82%. Again, but that is really including hotel rooms because there's not really a big statistic thing on the short-term rental platforms, because again, many people were not doing this legally. They would even put incorrect addresses on there, you know, put really low prices. That's not the word, but I can't remember the word for their nightly rentals. So I think now we are going to have much better comparisons when we open, when Legacy opens, and when these type of places open, to have those statistics. I personally compare this very much to the East Hotel, because in the East Hotel, there are residences. So if you were to do a search as to what they went for nightly, you would have to put in residences, not just the regular hotel rooms. And the residences there, they have 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. And of course, prior to this pandemic, their nightly rates were very high. So I'm not necessarily saying we're going to be exactly like the East Hotel per night, but we definitely can compare to them. And you know, the average hotel room for downtown Miami, again, for small hotel rooms, the average night through the Greater Miami Visitors Bureau was $250 a night. So anywhere from that, you know, more or less, to what the East Hotel averages per night. Again, go in on their website, all the numbers are there. So I think we're very comparable to them, definitely in styles too. I think our style is going to be gorgeous. I also suggest, and I have this, if I send you guys an email with all this information, the Downtown Development Authority has the most wonderful things to show everything that's going on in Miami, you know, from the Underline. I don't know if you've seen the Underline, that's going to be a 10-mile linear park. There's so many interesting things going on in Miami to increase the value of our city and to make it, you know, much more appealing to everyone, although it is already. But we are not just beaches, and we're not just clubs. You know, we've become a lot more artsy, a lot more cultural. We have excellent restaurants here, and everything that they're doing to improve the city is going to be amazing.
Excellent. Going over a little bit on the prices, what's the price range?
The prices range from $349,000 to $1.2 million. So our 1-bedroom start at $385,000, and our 2-bedrooms start in the mid 600s. Again, that includes all the furniture, it includes everything.
Excellent. You also mentioned that the association or the management, it's about 30%, correct?
The management, yes.
Yeah, that's the management rate. Is that includes also the association? Because sometimes they have an association plus the management as well.
No, because not everybody's going to put it in the management program. Some people are going to become their own managers and do it themselves, which they are absolutely welcome to do so. So the maintenance is separate, and there's also going to be people that live there. So those people have, you know, everyone will have their own maintenance fees depending on the apartment.
Perfect.
But they're reasonable, very reasonable.
Do you have already any projections as to, let's say, the returns of one of these units if they were to go through the management with the building?
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to talk about returns, but that's why I mentioned a couple of different things. I mentioned the Greater Miami Visitors Bureau. I mentioned the East Hotel. Most realtors that have sold in our building do the numbers. I'm not allowed to do them, but they do the numbers. But definitely do the numbers for your clients conservatively. I'm not saying if the occupancy rate in downtown is 82%, don't do the numbers at 82%. Do them lower, you know, and take out the management fee if they're going to put it in the management program, the maintenance, the taxes, if they have a, you know, the taxes, if they have a mortgage. Do all those numbers and you'll see that you will still have happy people on your hands.
Excellent.
Long-term rentals, I don't think work as well anymore. Yes, your house or apartment are gaining value and appreciation, but people aren't really leaving with money in their pockets many of the times.
Now, for people that to live it, what is the typical or what's the projected maintenance fee on those units? I know that will vary also by size and all.
Yeah, They range anywhere from the 300s up to 800s, you know,
Got it. Okay, perfect.
which is an average of 81 cents a square foot.
What's the total units that the building will have?
Good question. I hadn't said that. 448.
448. Okay.
Correct.
448 units. Excellent. Perfect. Do we have anybody else that have a question or would like to get in any other information that maybe wasn't asked?
Maria's asking about the taxes and the delivery date.
Okay, yeah, that's a very important thing that I didn't even talk about. So the taxes are around 1.8, let's say, of the purchase price. And the construction of the building will start between August and September of this year. It'll take 24 months. So I would say by second quarter of 2023 at the latest.
Perfect. All right, so for the unbranded material, because that was the last question I see here in the chat, you will get the unbranded material. Everyone that joined today, you will get an email from us with all the information that Jennifer was just sharing with us. So you will get that information and you're gonna be able to use it for your marketing efforts. Commissions, how are the commissions paid out?
So if you sold an apartment today, within 45 days, you would get 30% of that 6%. When they pay their groundbreaking payment of the next 20%, you will get another 30% of your commission. So by that time, you'll have 60% of the commission on your side of the table. And when they pay the last 10%, when they top off the building, you will get another 10%. So prior to closing, you guys will have 70% of your 6% commission on your side. And then the last percentage when you close.
Excellent. And you say you start at 6%, right?
Correct.
Okay. Excellent. Anybody else have any other questions? All right, again, this information you get it. This is part of a way of thanking you for joining us today in this Zoom meeting for Real Estate Friday. You will get this information. We will email it to you. You're gonna have the contact information for Broker Nation and also for Jennifer Cervera if you need more information on this project.
And I'm always available for this same thing. I'm less nervous when I don't have 55 people in front of me, I promise. So I'll do a better job. But definitely reach out. You know, people are very interested. Don't be afraid to reach out to your customers or friends because you think that they're home hiding in a corner because of the coronavirus. People are buying. I promise you that. I'm sure you're all busy too, but people are buying and they're buying here big time. We're over 50% sold.
Excellent. Do you have the unbranded material in Spanish as well?
Yes.
Spanish?
We have it in many languages.
Excellent. Okay, great. So that's an availability. So if anybody needs English, Spanish, or any other language, reach out to Jennifer, and she'll be able to send it to you as well. Jennifer, I wanted to. Perfect. Jennifer, I wanted to thank you once again for presenting and introducing us to such a great option and an amazing development that's been built here in Miami. So we're looking forward to that. We will share your information with all the agents that join us today so they can have your info and also send out the unbranded material to them. If we can get it in Spanish as well, I think you did send it to them.
I truly appreciate it very much. Thank you for inviting me again. And I hope you all liked the presentation and Nativo.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
So a lot of you might be wondering, okay, so how do I present this type of project and how can I develop my brand and being one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys today and go over a little bit, it has to do with to lean on referral partners to bolster your business. And that is, I think I'm cutting off, and that is very interesting to do today. So lean on referral partners to bolster your business. Bolster, that word, what does it mean? It means to support or strengthen. Now, while you're adapting your business to effectively operate through the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a good chance your referral partners are doing the same thing. There's a quote that goes, by lifting each other up, we lift ourselves up. Now, that philosophy has never been more true than it is today. Now is the time to support our local vendors, to support our locals. And one of the things that with two eyes. I'm like, why two eyes? So she mentioned that twice are for guest and host. I thought that was really interesting. And also the word nativo, it's native to the city in style and local. So that's a great way and great concept that we can use in our marketing as well. So what I mean by that is that now is the time to be able to support our locals, not support Apple or Amazon or this giants, but we have our local vendors that they need our support. And this is a way to, I'm building in this training that I wanted to give to you guys today on leaning on this referral partner. So now is the time to check in on and lean on your referral partners. Now you can recommend them and build them up to all of the people you know. And in turn, they can refer you to anyone they know looking to buy or sell a home. So you build now will help you more clients, but also finding the people that might be interested in projects like the one Jennifer was talking about. So the question is, who are my referral partners? So first of all, let's talk about the professionals you should be able to rely on to refer you to the clients and vice versa. As a homework, I want you to put together a list of the people you have worked with in the past and rank them based on their likelihood to refer clients to you. And this is just off the top of my head. This is a list, and again, this is a homework. I want you guys to put that list together. But some of these partners or people you have worked in the past should be mortgage lenders, photographers, home inspectors, painters, electricians, general contractors, landscapers, social media experts, website designers, lawyers, accountants, marketing professionals, and this is only to name a few. But after you put together your list, you need to bring for ways that they can promote or you can promote some ideas so you can get started on. The number one idea I want to mention will be to video promotions. As you know, video sell. They get people's attention. So work on video promotions. Film yourself doing a virtual interview with the person about their business and any current promotions they might be running. If they work in a real estate adjacent field, ask them questions about how they can help your clients in the buying or selling process. Now, you know, at Broker Nation, every Tuesdays and Wednesday, we do have trainings on how to do video promotions, how to do the marketing, how to put it together with the CRMs or the tools that we have. And at the end of my presentation, Steve is going to mention a little bit about our marketing director. He's going to mention a little bit about this type of video promotions that you can do or the type of marketing that you can use for marketing properties like the one that we covered today. Another idea will be discounts. Ask your referral partners if they'll be willing to offer discounts to anyone you recommend to them and promote them to your current clients. The last one will be to share testimonials. If you have past clients who work with certain professionals, reach out to them and ask them to provide testimonials that can share on your social media pages. As you know, testimonials are very powerful. So take advantage of that. The point is that you have to build a team. If you're new to real estate and you don't currently have a reliable list of professionals to reach out to, now is the best time to build your contact list. We do have a training called the Relevant Realtor. In this training, we teach you how to tap into your sphere, and your sphere might include these people where you can build this team that can refer clients to you. Now, the best way to build your team as a second option, people you know, people from your sphere. All the Googling in the world won't net you a terrific working relationship like an introduction from a colleague or a friend. So once you're getting a recommendation, research their work and look at client reviews to ensure you're working with someone that's reliable. Again, this is all behind your brand. If you don't have any personal connections, it's okay. Don't worry. Search for professionals on Yelp, Angie's List, Craigslist, and even Google. So if you're looking for people to help with online work like social media promotions or website design, freelancing sites are available like Upwork and Fiverr. They're terrific resources that you can use to start working on this. Simply post, if you go to one of these like Upwork or Fiverr, simply post what kind of task you're hiring to you. But once you have put together a list of professionals, the next step will be to reach out to them, introduce yourself, ask if they'd be interested in working with your clients in the future, and if they'll consider referring clients to you in return. So, like I said, you have to reach out to them. And the best way to help your referral partners is to find out what they need from you right now. I'll say that again. The best way to help your referral partners is to find out what they need from you right now. So you becoming available to them. Send them a text or email to other professionals on your list, asking them how they're doing and how you can help them out. You putting them first. The most important thing is to follow through with any plans or promises you make. The last thing you want is to lose trust with a reliable professional who has based on mutual assistance and loyalty. You'll be able to keep your team together for years to come. And they'll always put your needs above those of other clients. So that's very, let me see my connections, I don't know. But this is very important because when you build relationships, that lasts for a long time. You can make a lot of money today, but a relationship will last forever. So lean on referral partners to support or strengthen your business. So to cover a little bit more on how you can promote this type of building and this type of business to possible clients, I want to introduce to you Steve Majeski. He's our in-house marketing director. And Steve is big. And as you know, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do have trainings on how you can build your brand, build your system, and automate this for you. Steve, are you there?
I am. Thanks, Daylon. And listen, can you repeat the, you cut out when you were talking about how to build a team, the first point you cut out, and we didn't get that. So could you repeat the first point after how to build a team?
Yeah, on building your team, I was talking mainly to the new real estate agents, those that perhaps they don't currently have a reliable list of professionals to reach out to right now. So now is the best time to do that. And the best way to do that is by getting recommendation from other real estate agents or perhaps a brokerage, or go to liable sites like Yelp, Angie's List, Craigslist, and Google.
Great. And Daylon, I just wanted to point out that one of the most common questions that I get when I work with real estate agents about their marketing is what they should post, what they should make landing pages of, what their content should be. When I talk about content marketing, they ask, what is that? What is the content? And my answer is, I give them a 4-pillar content system. If you remember that 4-pillar content framework. And everything that we talked about just now, that Jennifer talked about, fits right into that. So pillar number 1, remember, is numbers. And she talked about the Miami Downtown Development Authority, had a bunch of numbers. I'm looking at their website now. Great resource. You got the RPR. You got lots of neighborhood reports and economic quarterly reports about the area. You got a lot of numbers that you could break down. We got questions just in the chat here about the returns. If you're an investor and you're going to turn this into an Airbnb type property, that's one of the first things that you should break down. So you guys should become familiar with the numbers. So numbers, pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is community. And Jennifer talked a lot about the community. She's got some great resources there. She's got maps with the glowing part where the building's going to be right in the middle of the map. Once the quarantine is lifted and it's safe to go back out, I always encourage agents to go down in the area and do walkthroughs, do drive-throughs, use your video camera, use your phone, and do a neighborhood drive-through and/or walkthrough, or both. You could break down and go deep on each one of those areas that she highlighted in the community part that she was talking about. You could interview people that are down there. You could talk about the schools. If it's a living type of thing, you could, all of those different attractions have a whole website that you could go deep on for content. So that's pillar number 2 is community. Pillar number 3 is listings. So Jennifer, I don't know if this is going to be on the MLS when it's built, or if there's going to be any kind of MLS listings that we could use for that, but you could certainly use the floor plans. You could make your own pocket listing for landing pages. In our system, Chime, we have the ability to do pocket listing landing pages. So you could do that and go into detail on the different units that are in there. The single unit, the 2-bedroom, and break all those down. So that's pillar number 3 is going deep on the individual units and the listings. And then if you remember, the 4th pillar was the you stuff, the part where you brand your own personal brand, bring your personality into it. The most obvious one I talk about is to do behind the scenes type stuff. That plays really well on social media. So I have got the downloaded, I downloaded the unbranded materials that Jennifer shared with me ahead of time, and there's a lot of good information there. So I would encourage all of you guys to download all that content yourself, and I assume that more of it's going to be added as we go. And you can take and turn all of that into content that you can use on your own landing pages, on your own social media channels, and on your own website. Some agents even make a microsite, make a whole separate website to drive traffic for projects like this. So there's a lot of good material there. Make sure you reach out and ask if you haven't already about that. And I think we're going to make sure that we get that into the hands of all the people that participated here today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve, for that. So if you want to get more information on how you can start promoting, creating the landing pages, having the 4 pillars of how to create content, reach out to us. We do have every single day, we do have trainings on how you can do this, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Real Estate Friday is all about, helping you with tips, ideas, suggestions that you can start implementing right now, and having guest speakers like Jennifer Cervera providing us information that we can implement in those same systems that we're working on. So I want to, once again, Jennifer, I want to thank you for joining us today. And
my pleasure. And thank you, Steve. I didn't say thank you before, but thank you, Steve. And you hit a lot of great points. And we do have microsites. So I'll include that link when I send, or maybe Daylan has it already. I'm not sure, but we'll
oh, yes, that's a good point. I wanted to hit that point too real hard. That I mentioned microsites kind of off the cuff, but I do remember I even registered for it myself, where you can actually register for material that they give you to build your own microsite. Right. So that's a great opportunity, you guys. Make sure you take her up on that.
Yes.
I think the link was nativomiami.com/register, right?
I don't know. I gotta look at it.
Yeah, because I went and registered myself. So you guys should definitely inquire about that.
Excellent. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned with us and staying all the way to the end. We are going to send you the unbranded information, English, Spanish. If you need any other language, let us know. We'll be more happy to send it your way as well.
Oh, and reminder, everything that we do going forward for events, all updates are always on www.brokernation.events. I'm about to post the new events for next week. As Daylon pointed out, I do every Tuesday and Thursday, I do digital marketing training, lead generation, and branding. And we are in module 3 of 4. Last week, or this past week, Tuesday and Thursday, we did 101 and 102. And next week, we're going to do 103 and 104 in our four-part marketing series on how to be an ultimate agent. We call it the Ultimate Agent series. So make sure you go to that. And if you want to catch up with some of the other ones, we have recordings of all of them. Since everything is on Zoom for the last 8 weeks, all of it is recorded. So you can request, we make that available by request. We don't put it out publicly, but we do make it available by request.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. And once again, thank you everyone for staying with us. And I hope this Thursday, Friday. See you guys next time. Take care. Bye, everybody.